다 치중앙기 팀림기 꼴레라브롤랍 나 셈나브로토비기 차라기 꼴레라브롤랍 되는 건바디 치카파토디게 같이 떼니면서 와진 나처럼 차잡루 다 셈셈이지비 다니 셈디 어떻게 잡는 된다루.
So why is this bardo of death so important to talk here? It is actually because whether you say the dissolution of the gross outer elements or the inner subtle mental conceptual thoughts, the reason is actually we have to make sure we understand the essence of the mind. So in order to give you direct introduction of the mind, that is why we talk about the bardo of dying or the death.
다셈들로 찹제 냥데기 셈 찹자 코레 셈세 셈들로 남바 니베자니 있으니.
So in the mind we refer to two types of mind. The mind that has to be sprayed or pervaded, and the mind that pervades. So the pervading mind and the mind that must be pervaded. Mind that must be pervaded is the samsaric mentality, and the pervader or the pervading mind is the nirvanic mentality.
텔레 중앙기 팀림디 나 차잡루 슈디베디베루 케미수 캠켄스라이 마케미 차잡루 셈디 모티치 히말레 마쇼도주바와친 중앙기 팀림디 셈 남토기 차라기 팀루테 팀림디 슈디베사주루 데나미스 슈네베.
So for those, whether I present the dissolution of the external elements, for those who you know already, it's that it will stay as your knowledge only. And then for those who don't know about this dissolution, even if I present without letting you know about the quality of the mind, it may be again shooting into the blind target.
대변이디게 다마셈기 꼴레 충부지시고베 가침사와 징아라 토토디스기 사고디 밍디 셈텐 릭비 벨캉세 니기 라드나 라드라 아니 사고디나 이스슈니베.
That's why I will talk a little bit about the mind, because I come from the institute called as Semden Rigpi Pelkang, which means the center where we sprayed the understanding of mind and the meaning of life.
지단에 카찰레 루주 데브라텐도 나처레기 낭비 리중날레 카셰슈치 셈기 루주드라이 디보다 디나메세메 네츠 다 게체타 나메세메 칼카타치 유 이루 나라기 도르티치 나루 세시치 베니스 슈니베.
So we have already noticed and listened to the presentation so far. The nature of understanding the mind is really, really tough subject. But whatever, I will make an attempt to present something about the mind, so that you can walk with something in your pocket later on.
셈루 다치쇼도즈메 니유 텔레 담보 찹제 냥데기 셈세미디 같이 좀 줄루 슈모서 와친 다티 이콜레 좀 다치슈니 슈니베.
So the mind, which I classified earlier, the pervader mind or the pervading mind of the nirvana.
다 찹지 냥디기 셈세미디 로 된다 숨 상고베 슈니베.
That pervading mind must possess three types of qualities or three aspects.
셈 코라기 네루 셈기 네루 셀랍다 셈다 셈기 네루 세 칼렐랍다 소소비 유도좀지 데루 소소미 대보다 셈기 네루 셈 코라기 랑진디 카드비에서 와친 유살와스 디기 같이 때문에 와친 다 셈셈이디 로브르투 주다 깽기 조조 mem지 아시보무시.
So we have only 5 minutes left for the presentation, and the mind, when we say, and the nature of the mind, that's something we tend to think as two entities, actually, but they are not. The mind itself is the nature of the mind, and the nature of the mind, which we call it, is the mind itself. But then this very state of mind has one quality. That quality is called the luminosity. The nature of the mind is brilliantly shining, the luminous essence.
텔레 셈들로 텐신 이바디 상고 이바디까지 모서와진 셈디 유살와 랑신기 유살와 베디베루 셈들레 미키 토니키 주 나이 고니기 자 니소니기 지 라소바 탐체 셈들레 나미 나루 셈디 주베 마송 드라베 마송 디베 마송 아니디 셈기까지나 초수 맞춰봐. 주베 마소 잡에 마소 미기 좀 생기.
So the next aspect is actually the mind is very instrumental in capturing the external sensory objects. It helps us to hear, see things, and perceive everything. But then, does the mind get changed in that way? Like when we perceive things, do our mind get changed to that we perceive? Actually, no, it doesn't. The quality of the mind remains pure, and that is why it is unbroken. So the next quality of the mind is something I roughly think it should be claimed something like unbroken. It cannot be broken down into pieces or taken away or carried away by the external display or the dances of the mind which we actually perceive.
Tene sumba di kachimo sawachin semdi gi la kachimo sawachin ngachare gi number 2 ba nimung ba decha shida timola subigi 드바디수 셈 란싱기 유살와디기 파셀타미 고기 젤레디 아니 데베니디 셈디 드바세와루 겐ዣ라 뚜미고바스 아니 숨디 참고 시니베.
So the another aspect of the mind is actually it's a purifier by itself. So in order to purify, what do we need to purify? To purify the objects are the negative emotions, like desire, hatred, and so on. And but when the mind can destroy them, but you don't need anything external to help you to destroy these mental poisons. So the mind itself is the destroyer. So that is the third aspect that which can remove the obscurations. So the mind itself has this power.
아니 찹제 냔데기 셈셈이디 나차차기 가dim집에 케인가 마시 마바티 시니 칼레 데베 시치기 돌레베 샤도바 마도 덴디디 나타와체 라하자옹 지tin 딜리바기 나로발루 수미디 기호 디니라리 시티 나기 람데 이기 주일리민 딜링아니 찌야 땡주미랑게라니 첸티 시바르키스 딜리바이 나로발루 수노고시 데네 시랍게 파르토 침비 도이 나툴레 마삼 제메 시랍 파르칭 순도고시 아니 수차잡 가라 찹제 냥데기 셈셈이다 된다지 수도진 찹제 냥데기 셈셈이디 동아 티모루 민가질라모 데르시비닝보스 아니고 게니 수니.
So the mind, which is called as the all-pervading pervader or the pervading mentality of the nirvana, it has to have these three kinds of qualities. And this mind, if I say this way, it sounds so easy, but in reality it is difficult as well. Like there are certain incidents that took place between Naropa and his student Tilopa and his student Naropa. I'm sorry, I could not recollect. I cannot catch up the entire lines. And the next one is the Buddha also says the nature of the mind is beyond conceptualization, beyond expression, beyond our thoughts, like that. So that is actually the state of mind which we are looking at. And this one you can call by any names. That aspect of the mind, in one word, it is called as the essence of Buddha essence or the Buddha nature. That is always luminous.
라소 다 주도 니기 된다루 메네 지슈고베 스니베 곰마티 덴데기 미투베 주충치도고베 바토디디 고라토마수 라.
So please forgive me, even I have run out of time. For the sake of auspicious connections, I need to say some words, although I could not even speak of the Bardo teachings.
바토기 된로 도레타쇼 까마우라루 슈시나 디세치 도레 다우치데줄로 슈마슈고네.
So for the Bardo presentation, I will seek some more time from Dr. Karmaura and then maybe present.
라소 교로베슈이 데네 도토슈미기 찹제 냥데기 셈디 ngacha라 차챵루 예모 메모사와친 yes.
So this all-pervading mind, do we have right now? Yes, we do have.
와나 여바칭 nga치기 텔 하코이가 ngacha르기 투치가 사와친 디토마투스.
But do we understand? Did I realize that? Did we? No.
가치비 토마스 모스 가치비 토마스 모사와친 디토마스비 켄디 페르나 니만데루 찡디드데와친 님디 되르베미 토메보 페아니즈메 셈 라징기 유살와 찹제 냥데기 셈 동아 투몽기 민디까지로 대화를 시비닝보 나치로 유 까치기 마토미나 찐좀기 내차 시당 띠무 나게 차도 세르나 라 소비기 아니기 셈장에 또또 아닌 나치로 유비 셈장이 디기 셈 레짐도 파 딥데디 나치기 마토미.
Okay, my next translation is this. Anybody can read this? It means Kadinchela. Now I have to stop here. Well, I'm just jokes apart. Just for the sake of lifting your spirit from this drowsy moment, I just try to do that. Anyway, the nature of the mind is Buddha nature. We do have it. And why we cannot see it is actually because it is clouded. What are the clouds? The clouds are our own mental obscurations. This desire, hatred, you name it, the negative qualities of the mind. They are the beautiful clouds that actually obscure us from seeing the sun of our own nature. So this is the essence, reason why we cannot really realize the Buddha nature right now.
라서 찹제 냥데기 셈들로 니모바기 딥딥에 대차라소베기 딥딥이기 내감나루 찹자 코레이셈 또동아철로 유미 차찹디 찹자 코레이셈 아니슈니.
So when we have these obscurations packed in our storehouses, so this makes our mind being enveloped by these obscurations. That is why the mind to be enveloped, or the mind that has to be pervaded, is actually this obscure mind.
라서 다 고마티 디세아트 톨라타이 라서 심젠 대당 덴주르지 동해 군다 저라쇼 대당 다좀 메들시 최긴냠니 도 버라쇼.
Sorry, forgive me, I wasted some special time, and thank you very much.